Welcome to Internet Capital Markets, the weekly show where we explore how financial systems are being rebuilt on the web. Each week, we sit down with the builders, investors, and institutional leaders shaping this transformation, from tokenized assets to decentralized finance, dApps, and everything in between. I'm here with my co-founder and co-host, Jonas, and we are builders ourselves and are building smart treasury for Internet Capital Markets. Today's show is a special one as we are having a guest, a very special individual joining us, WOJTAS. And our guest is someone who has been at the heart of building the Solana ecosystem here in the CEE region. Superteam lead at Superteam Poland, co-founder of Degen House, and a serial entrepreneur himself who has launched multiple startups and blockchain projects. WOJTAS, it's great to finally have you on the show. We've crossed paths at so many events in Warsaw and over the years. But today, finally, it's time to get deeper into your story, into Superteam Poland. And this just launched in, I think, January this year. So welcome, WOJTAS. Great to have you.
Thank you. Hey, guys. Hey, everyone. Thank you for having me here.
We are curious, what was your journey before crypto and how did you first get pulled into the Web3 space?
Okay. Yeah, cool question. I also love to ask this question on Superteam Poland Twitter Spaces. Yeah, I don't remember when I talked about this story, but basically, I was really good student, and I got scholarship on the second year at university. I basically was like good student, so I was always attending all the classes and lectures, and basically I work after lectures and after uni. So yeah, I had scholarship, I have work. So basically, I didn't have like time to spend money, but I was making money. And yeah, there was like one summer that I decided to like do something with this money, and I started exploring forex, real estate, and like different type of investments. And I at the end of my research, I find out about crypto. I figured out like that there was like one Polish centralized exchange, and the first interaction with this exchange was basically sending money and sending money back to my account. So I wanted to check like if I can withdraw the money, and I believe like the same day I did it. I basically transfer all the money because like I start reading about like blockchain and the whole industry, and about like it's not regulated yet. It's really like new industry. It's something evolving and developing really fast, and I thought like it's really good place to be there.
That, if I may ask.
Yeah, also welcome from my side, WOJTAS. Really great to have you on the show finally. It took us some weeks. There was like a lot going on. I mean, we just finished the hackathon, the Colosseum hackathon. You organized basically the entire build station around that in Warsaw with the Superteam Poland. So yeah, we were like really grateful for that. So thanks a lot for your effort here. I'm curious, like, was there like any specific point in time before where like your interest in crypto and Web3 was something like more serious, and where you really told yourself, hey, I need to really commit to that space and want to work full-time in crypto or Web3?
Yes. So actually, it was during my master. So yeah, on the second year of the bachelor, I started exploring the crypto and like start investing. And I believe it was first or second year of my bachelor degree. And I make decision to basically start working in crypto and find a job to do something. And it was like 4 years ago, I believe. So that like industry in Poland was like really small. But I had experience because like I did the research about projects. So basically there was like period of time that I still did the uni stuff, the master degree, and also used to work in like do different stuff. And yeah, like my free time, I was spending my free time with like doing the research on projects, checking like the communication on Twitter, and should I invest in this or that. And like I realized that this is like the biggest part of my life right now and the most interesting one. So like, yeah, I said to myself like, hey, let's figure it out. Let's try something new. Can I work in this industry? And yeah, I believe like finding a job and in the first job in crypto in Polish startup or in Polish project via the pracuj.pl platform, so like the web, totally like Web2 or like Web1 HR platform. And I remember there was like 2 offers for like crypto role. It was like the marketing guy and the dev. So yeah, of course, like I picked the marketing, and yeah, it was quite cool. And after that, I just like, it was the end of the master, and basically I didn't just make the final paper at the end of the master. So I'm not the master, because like I dive like and spent like all in and go all into crypto.
Super cool. Sounds quite passionate here.
Yeah.
But you mentioned before that you also experienced or like having experience in other industries, or like let's call it like more traditional industries, right? Or like traditional tech. Where do you see like these similarities between like building in let's call it Web2 and building a crypto startup? Like also like from a entrepreneurial perspective, like what are the similarities here?
So to be honest, like I didn't build in Web 2. Like I just got like regular jobs. So to be honest, I don't know. Like I don't know how the like traditional startup industry is looking like. I know like how Web3 startup industry is looking like, and I don't know like any like community or something in traditional market. I know basically like if you are going to the crypto event, there's like plenty of side events. And right now for 2026, for example, we are exploring more. Like we want to, with the Superteam Poland, onboard more developers, and we are trying to figure it out like how we can attract like developers from traditional market. And we are mapping like all the biggest events and conference from traditional like devs in Poland, and basically there is no side events. So I don't know how like the traditional industry is looking like. I know like how Web3 space is looking like, and yeah, so actually can't answer for this question, but I believe like Web3 is much more like dynamic, and like the industry is really connected with the price of assets on chain. And I feel like it's still like market is still connected with the like halving of bitcoins and like 4 years phases of like the Bitcoin, where we have like the price are going down. After that there is like halving, and year or like 1.5 year after that there is like the peak of the price. And basically market is kind of like following this this thing. And yeah, I still like kind of believe in that in the long term, that like if you check the chart, it's really similar. But yeah, I believe like the industry is more and more about like value, not kind of like, of course there's like plenty of meme coins and other stuff, but actually like the industry want is generating that like really like benefits. And this is also like why a lot of industry are coming to and exploring with the blockchain technologies, or even buying like assets on chain. That it's changing. Basically, there is not a lot of like spikes in the prices and downs period, and I believe it's like more professional.
No, fully agree. We are seeing lots of maturity and institutional adoption happening right now. Now, Web3 is a big space itself, and we are focusing on Solana here. So what has led you, or who has led you personally to Solana? What's the story behind it?
I believe NFTs.
Okay.
So yeah, I think like I used to be more like on the trading part of the industry. So like as I said, like I started because like I was looking for some cool assets or like cool ways how I can invest in something. And yeah, like crypto was like really high risk, high reward kind of industry compared to like Polish stock exchange or like I don't know, like S&P 500. So yeah, at the beginning of my career in Web3, I was like trading a lot. And also I figured out like how to trade with like NFTs, and also like I did some projects, a few projects in like NFT space. So basically I knew the vibe, and yeah, there was like more and more NFT launches on Solana. The transaction was cheap, like mint of the NFT was cheaper than on EVM. There was like more and more. There was Magic Eden, and cool, and really like more cool connection, and more like people was trading there. So yeah, basically I moved to like start trading on Solana. And yeah, I feel like it was the moment that like I figured out that it has potential.
Yeah, no, NFTs is just a very small part of the whole ecosystem. And you actually talked earlier about the Bitcoin halving and so on, the big movements. But what, from your perspective, makes Solana different compared to other ecosystems, and has this changed in the recent years?
Like a lot from my perspective, and talking with people from my position, is cooperation with foundation, and like getting grants, getting support from Solana Foundation, comparing to like other foundation. And yeah, from my position is basically like the whole concept of super teams. Like a lot of people from the EVM ecosystem, they are like saying like, oh my God, why we don't have this in the EVM ecosystem? And like Superteam is like no brainer. You have like, you're like giving a lot of support for projects. And yeah, I feel like the Ethereum Foundation bet, or like people creating this ecosystem bet on conferences. And you can see like the biggest conferences, the biggest crypto conferences in a lot of countries is like the EVM and the capital name. So if Warsaw, if Denver, and other conferences. And I believe they bet on this like one big conference once per year in like country. And Superteam is more like the organized, decentralized extension of Solana Foundation. And we're basically like we are here for like whole year. There is no like I don't think like we will host like conferences, like and the super team will host like huge conferences for like 5,000 people maybe, but I don't think right now. But we are here to basically support the builders and onboard more people. And also this is like one of the goal for 2026 for us to onboard more developers to like Web3 and Solana ecosystem, because this is like the biggest potential from our point of view, how Poland can be involved in the like global Solana ecosystem, basically bring the talents from Poland to the ecosystem.
Yeah, I can fully understand you here, and I think I'm fully aligned, at least like with the ecosystem part. I'm not too sure about like the previous comment. I think there's no reason to fight between like the ecosystems. I think there are like several ecosystems over time that evolved, and all of them have more or less like their justification of existence. But I mean, for sure, Solana is like making a lot of things right.
I'm not fighting. I just like mark that, like I'm not fighting. I was attending all the E4 conferences. I've met a lot of people there, and
and you made up your mind.
And I'm waiting for another one.
Great. No, but in general, like Solana is like shaping this this Internet of capital markets claim, right? Which is like basically, or which came initially like from institutional capital markets, which is like a very profound claim for like the traditional financial markets, and it's like now adopting like the space of like, let's call it digital assets. But how do you see that evolving like over the next couple of years? How do you see that playing out, especially like for Solana? Where will we get in a couple of years from now?
Yeah, interesting question. You mentioned about the capital market, and right now like Solana like is internet capital market, and I believe like it's like what is the alternative? Like how we can, what is the direction with like the blockchain technology, or like the whole ecosystem, if we are talking about blockchain, where we can go? Like there's like another like phase of like NFTs, and like people will trade that, and after that they will go to zero, or like what is the next step? What is the like who we can onboard? Like we want to, like, let's say like super teams are onboarding like new people, new developers, new founders. There's like more startups, there will be more users, but we also need like enterprises. We need like B2B, and this is like, I believe, the natural direction for like evolving industry, that there is not only like the B2C clients, but also like B2B and B2B solutions. So like what is the next step, or like how I see the industry? I believe there will be like more traditional financial instruments on chain. There will be I bet that more like fintechs will be the main driver of big institutions with like on-chain stuff, not banks. Banks are moving too slow. I believe like this is also like why we have like a lot of like acquisition from what, like Stripe. I believe they did a lot of like acquisition with the bridge and other projects that they want to build like the stack for stable coins and payments. So yeah, I think like we should pay attention about the biggest fintechs, because they are moving faster, and rather than traditional banks, even in US or like Asia. So more assets on chain, more yield sources from DeFi, and also outside of the Web3. So there will be more like tokenization and yield asset, where the yield is not generating on chain. And I believe like there is still a gap in Web3 ecosystem, that the industry is going just in the one direction, that like every founder, every new project is around like having more yield and being more risky. It's like it's the same. Like if you want to have or generate more yield, you have to be like more risky. And I believe it's like, if you have people, and the traditional people that are not investing in crypto, or like they're investing, and this is like part of the of their portfolio, and this is not like their whole life, like this is the most dangerous and risky asset in their portfolio. And imagine like we have more and more opportunities to be more risky. So it's like I feel like there is lack for having like on-chain assets that are less risky.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like this is the gap where like a lot of people are like talking like the opinion about the crypto industry is basically like this is gambling and casino. So and like with the new like DeFi projects and those new assets and yield generating strategies and automation, there's like automation and it's more and more sophisticated to use DeFi, and also it's more risky. So basically it's like if we are talking about like everyone is talking in the space that like outside of the space that like crypto and like Web3 and on-chain assets are like risky, and also like we are lack of UX UI, like people can't use it because it's so different than like other fintechs. And there's like more projects that are like creating more sophisticated and automation stuff and like trading strategies and vaults, and basically it's even like basically it's more risky and more complicated to use. So basically we are like doing totally different than we should.
That's very interesting, because like my next question leads a little bit into that direction as well. Because from our perspective, or from my perspective, it's especially on Solana now, there's like something evolving that Solana is able to somehow bridge the gap between like institutional finance and like the degens and like or let's call it like broader, the internet cult, which is basically building up like many of these ecosystems. And at the moment, it looks a little bit like that Solana is like really capable of bringing those two worlds together. So from your perspective, is that true? Or do you still believe that the projects are like taking way too much risk, offering way too high yields? Like what
Yeah.
is
So I believe like the ecosystem right now is splitted. Like I believe there is like more like there are projects that are like providing like this institutional like safety bets, but I believe vast majority of projects that are launching not only on Solana, like basically on chain, it's for traders or like building like Web3 stuff and DeFi stuff for like DeFi people. Like it's yeah, I feel like there's like lack of that. It's changing because like we have X stocks, so basically you can trade stocks on chain. So it's changing, but I believe like we should do more safety things to onboard and even like allow people to figure it out, like how to use wallet or like do anything, because like I feel like for people from like traditional market that want to enter crypto right now, it's like the casino.
All right. Yeah. From casino to institutions, it's a very interesting transformation, I would say. I would like to learn a little bit more about the super team itself. How many people are you actually, and who's working behind the scenes?
So from the next year, there will be 3.5 person in the core team, and of course, like we cooperate with some other people, members, and companies to basically achieve what we want, because we want to achieve everything basically. Our goals are like set up really high. So can you repeat the question?
You
already answered the question, so let's go to
how many people? Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, not a lot, but yeah, I believe like with each super team there is like small team, but it's like really focused, and like there's like experts, and they need like what to do, and like it's the special force team. Let's say that.
Yeah. Now these people are actually creating those incredible environments for startups to go actually from idea to real company. Do you see a perfect path from idea to full-fledged company within Solana?
So the perfect way for startup, like from the idea to startup.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, so I think there is like the shortcut, but I believe also like the question is like how to use this path and who can use it, who can benefit. And I believe like I see that there is like more and more people want to build on Solana, but they are not involved in the ecosystem. So for example, during the last build station, there was like more people building than on the previous one, but it's like people still don't use like X, don't use Twitter. They don't aware of like the existing ecosystem, and they want to build where there's like, let's say 10 projects and they 5 already failed, and they are building like another project, and they think that there's innovation, but this is like a lack of research and lack of being in the ecosystem. So yeah, first of all, like I feel like the founder should focus more like how I can be like the founder, that someone will trust me and invest in me, rather than like what is the perfect path, because like it's not about the perfect path, it's about the person, the team, especially on early stages where like investor even like saying that it's like they are like betting on people, not on the idea, because like everyone has idea. Like they are betting on people. So, but I believe like for Poland, the perfect path in 2026 from zero to getting funding for your startups, there will be 2 possibilities. So first is attend our event. Talked with us, basically with Superteam Poland, figured out the idea, like do the research about your idea, like do something that will have momentum in like 6 or like 1 year. So basically you have to like predict what will be the popular in like 1 year from now, or six months from now, what will be the trend. Start building, attend the demo day. So we'll host like 6 demo days before the build station. Attend build station, win build station, apply for Colosseum, win Colosseum. Yeah.
Sounds like a step-by-step playbook. Just do it.
Yeah, get to Colosseum Accelerator, and after that did the fundraising or like join another big accelerator. And basically this is what like projects from Poland did, from Solana ecosystem for like last 1 year. So we had like
4 winners already, right?
Yes, exactly. So from 4 winners, there's like 3 projects in accelerator. So like there's like just 1 winner without being accelerated. So yeah, this is what basically Reflect Money or Dark Lake did. So basically they attend. They attend like did the build station stuff, win the Colosseum, win the like get to accelerator, and yeah, Dark Lake did the fundraising, and Reflect joined another accelerator, like bigger one from A16Z Crypto, and after that they closed the run. So yeah, I feel like, and it's like this opportunity is you have it twice per year. So basically you can like participate with like test different ideas. You can start thinking about even like I believe like people that will win next Colosseum and they will go to accelerator. Right now they are thinking about like the idea, what they can build, and I believe this is the best, even the best period, because there's like the it's kind of like bear market, like Bitcoin is kind of down. So I believe like there's like less scammers, less distractions, and yeah, basically it's like really good time to basically build. So yeah, I believe like the next winners of Colosseum, they are already thinking about like what they will build, and also they will attend the breakpoint. I feel like because on the breakpoint you will have the alpha from people from the ecosystem, and basically you can start building, I believe, like 2 months before the Colosseum. So I think like the next winners are already thinking about like what they can change in their projects that they are building right now, or what they can build, what will be the popular, and with those like different ideas they will go to breakpoint. They will discuss with people from foundation or from the ecosystem and from like the biggest founders in the ecosystem. They will come back and basically they will figure it out, like what will be the trend, what will be big in the next 6 or like 1 year, and they will apply for the Colosseum. So I believe this is the actually playbook. And yeah, like the hackathon, the Colosseum hackathon is twice per year. So basically there's like next year there will be like 2 opportunities to use this pattern. And also like in the Solana ecosystem there is more accelerators than Colosseum. I like, this is the biggest one, and like especially from Superteam perspective, this is like the biggest focus and the easiest way for people to use it. But yeah, there's like Alliance, there is Orange DAO, and yeah, I believe like a few more, and also few of them they have like dedicated programs for Solana startups.
Yeah, right. That's like very insightful, like also from the perspective what the entire ecosystem and especially the super teams here do for the the Solana ecosystem here. So we have been before through an accelerator program. So we are a Texas company, as you know. And would you say that super teams, like in general, like operate like an accelerator, maybe more in a decentralized way? Or do you think super teams are like more like a preparation to get into like an accelerator like Colosseum? Like where do you see like similarities and differences here?
Yeah, so last Friday we had event in Krakow, and I discussed with one person from the entity that is connected with the kind of like city activities. So it's kind of like the government entity from Krakow city, and like we was discussing that like what are their goals, because they are like around like entrepreneurship in Krakow, and they want to boost it to workshops from like different niche industries and other stuff. And he asked me like, okay, so like what is your plan for 2026? And I just like start talking about like, okay, this is like this phase, like we have grant program, there's like big hackathon, we are hosting like build station, we want to like do some side events next to like web2 dev events, yeah, basically with like people that are attending this the Colosseum hackathon. We have like dedicated groups, we work with them, we are trying to support, we kind of mentor them. We also have like 2 boot camps, we are creating more and more resources. And like he said, okay, so why you are not calling yourself as an accelerator? Because basically you are doing like more than we are, and basically they have like some internal accelerators. And I feel like it's kind of hard. Like in Web3, if we want to compare like Superteam and call it accelerator, and also call accelerator, for example, Alliance or like Colosseum, after the acceleration, they also invest in you. So we are kind of like not accelerator. And if you compare like two words, incubator and incubator is kind of like earlier, before like incubation, and after that acceleration, I believe we are more incubator. So yeah, I think like we are incubator, and we are preparing projects and founders to basically get the first funding or like get into incubation phase.
An incubator without a start, without an end. You're just working through all the year nonstop and getting founders ready. That's so cool. Let's change gears a little bit, and let's do a quick fire round. I will ask you a few questions, and you have 1 word each to answer. Are you ready?
Yep.
The most underrated skill for builders today.
Underrated?
Yep.
Shipping.
The most overhyped term in Web3 right now.
Privacy.
One city that best represents the future of crypto.
Warsaw.
1 word to describe the Polish builder culture.
Solana.
A recent development in Solana ecosystem that excites you personally the most.
Interesting. I will go with project, and it's Reflect Money.
Okay. 1 misconception about decentralization you wish would disappear.
Like decentralized mean blockchain, mean crypto, mean scam.
Okay. 1 word to describe the future of internet capital markets.
Solana.
1 sentence to describe the future of super teams. So here you can talk longer.
I feel like it will be Web3 local Y Combinator.
Yeah, I like that one. Cool. We have been through a lot of stuff today. So last but not least, before we wrap it up, where can people find you and where can they learn more about you? And very last question, who should we talk to next?
Okay, so you can find me on like each Superteam Poland event, and also on X and on LinkedIn. I believe I'm more active on Twitter, X, and I don't know what is your target, but I believe like to also promote the Polish ecosystem. Jacob from Reflect Money should be the next one.
Great, yeah. We are already in touch with him, so we got
I know.
Great. Yeah, WOJTAS, thank you so much. This has been a great conversation. Thank you for sharing your journey personally, what led you to Solana, Web3, and for what you do actually for the ecosystem. And for all you out there, if you enjoyed today's discussion, make sure to subscribe, rate, and share the show. It helps us to bring more conversations with the people actually shaping the future of internet capital markets. Join us next week as we continue exploring how technology, capital, and human creativity converge to build the future of finance tomorrow. Until then, stay curious, stay connected, and keep building the future of finance. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, we are done. Yes.
Yep.